What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be going over a guillotine choke. If you have bony forearms, this is going to be a great submission for you because it does not feel that good. So what I want to do is start out by using the bone of my wrist. That's the part that I want to be using to get the choke. So when I like to go, you can either go all the way through, or you can put your wrist bone directly on the Adam's apple, which is what I like to do here. Now there's two ways we can finish this. I can either do a high elbow where I go over top, or I can just tuck everything in and pinch. Now you can see the twist of his head is what I want. So as I'm pulling and rocking, the more I pull, look how it starts twisting his head. And then as I go up into the neck, that's where I'm getting the choke, and you get a little bit of a twist at the same time. So as we go, I'm either bringing my arm all the way through, or I'm leaving it shallow and just put my wrist bone on top of that Adam's apple there. Either one of them work. They're both terrible, and they both work here. So I can either go over and finish, or tuck and squeeze. Again, doesn't matter which one you want to do. Both of them are terrible. They both suck. So the next one is if we're doing an arm in guillotine, which means we're like this, where I'm over top of that arm here. So what I want to do this time is not go all the way through, because if I go all the way through, raise up for me, we're going to be right here where we're just pulling into the chest. You'll get a little bit of the choke, but not as much as if you do this. So I want to take my thumb and find his jaw. I'm going to be right at the side. So I want to be on the side of his neck, not on the front. Now the important part is I'm going to keep my shoulder pinched when we actually do the move, but just so you can see it. I'm going to take this and push my thumb into his neck, and then we get the same twisting motion that we did from the other guillotine. So as I start turning his head in, that's where we get the finish, and now I'm pulling directly up into his neck to get that pinch. Rather than doing this, getting through and then trying to lift when we're on the ground or when we're standing, just does not work. So I'm going to go here, take it to the side, lean my shoulder forward, and then pull up. Now, as you're doing the guillotine, I want to make sure the arm that is on the throat here, whichever one you're doing, arm in, arm out, doesn't matter. This is my choking arm, the other one's going to reinforce it. So a lot of times what I like to do is just make a fist when we're doing this one, or when I'm doing an arm in, I'll literally grab his chin sometimes and then I'll reinforce it here. But you can also do the same thing. I can just make a fist, put my thumb to the side and squeeze, or grab his actual chin here and squeeze. Both of them work. I just need something blocking the side here. What it would look like when we get to the ground. So as we get here, I want to try to lock him into guard. Now, this is a really important detail as well. So as we go, I always fall towards his head. If I fall away, you can see I just loosen up all the pressure and he gets out of it. If I go flat to my back and try to squeeze, this happens a lot. Boom, where that head pops out. So I always want to make sure I stay into a crunch position. I turn to the side and I'm leaning my weight into his head. That way he can't pop it out. Now, my right leg is going to go up and then my left one's going to go over top. This is important because it stops him from squaring back up in my guard. So if I go the other way and I start squeezing, as I start lifting my hips, look, he goes here, and if he's really tough, he can still pop out. So I want to go right leg up, left leg over, cross, and now you have more extension. You're going to feel it as soon as you start drilling it. You're going to feel like you get a lot more power when you cross your feet that way compared to the other one. Now if we do the arm in, I'm here on the side. Now same thing. I fall towards his head, I rotate everything in, and I cross my feet the same way. With that one, by the time you're crossing your feet, he should be tapping because it's really folding that neck in. The other way that we can do it is having my foot across here. So I can do either finish. I can go like this and finish, or a normal guillotine, but I'm trying to take my foot and lock his hip in. If I don't lock that hip, you go against a good wrestler or somebody knows how to escape, he pushes that knee, hops the other side, or he does a barrel roll and just rolls out of it, boom, and then rolls up on top of me. So in order to prevent that, whether I'm doing arm in or a normal guillotine, I want to quickly get control of that hip, and notice, look how I'm staying up on my side. That way I can get a lot more pull compared to being flat on my back and trying to squeeze to where eventually that head's going to pop out. Now, if you tune into my next video, I'm going to show you how we can link that guillotine right into a Darce choke if you got somebody who's really squirrely and they know how to counter it.